boys and girls, it is Miss Ryan here. Today we are going to do a word study on prefixes, okay? And prefixes are a word part that we put in the beginning of a base word or a word that we use to modify or change the meaning of a word, okay? So the prefixes we're gonna talk about today are pre, non, im, in, and dis, okay? We're gonna use all 5 of these with words that we know to change the meaning of the word or modify the word, okay? So here's some examples for you guys to see, okay? The first one we're gonna do is the prefix pre. And when we use the prefix pre, it means before, okay? So here's an example so you can see, okay? We have the word school, but if we put the prefix pre in front of it, we have the word preschool, okay? Preschool, before school. So we know preschool is for all the little ones. It's where they go before they start school, preschool, okay? Another one that uses the prefix pre would be the word preview, okay? And again, pre means before. So preview, if we've seen maybe a preview to a movie, it's something you see before, right? Before you watch the movie, a preview. Okay. Another example of a word that uses the prefix pre would be precaution. If we're taking a precaution, it's something we do before, right? To avoid something dangerous, we need to take precautions. Okay. So all 3 of those words use the prefix pre to kind of change the meaning of the word or modify the word. Okay. So that's pre, and there's many others. We'll go over more throughout the week, but those are just some main ones that we kind of all know about and we've heard before, okay? The next prefix that we use is non. And if we see the prefix non in front of a base word, it just means not, okay? So here's your examples. We have non-fiction, non-fiction. So if we're reading a book, that's non-fiction. It means it's not fiction, right? Non-fiction. Okay. Another word would be non-existent. Something that doesn't exist, right? So dinosaurs are now non-existent, right? It means they don't exist. The prefix non means not, okay? All right, another word that uses the prefix non would be nonsense, right? Something that's nonsense. It doesn't make sense. Nonsense. Okay, good. All right, the next prefix that we use very often is im. And the prefix im also means not, okay? So when we're putting the prefix in front of a base word, it's just gonna mean not or opposite of, okay? Here's an example, impolite. If somebody's impolite or being impolite, they are not polite, right? Impolite, okay? Another word that uses that prefix im would be impossible, okay? It's not possible, it's impossible, okay? And another one that uses this prefix would be impatient. Oops, I printed that one wrong. Impatient, not patient, right? You're not patient, you're being impatient, okay? Good. Here's our next prefix that we use very often, all the time. This one is in. And it's another one that means not. Okay? Involuntary. Involuntary means you didn't volunteer to do something. It's involuntary. Okay? Another one would be incorrect. If something is incorrect, it's not correct, right? Incorrect. Good. And another one would be inappropriate. That is inappropriate. It is not appropriate. Okay, good. And the last prefix that we're going to go over today and this week would be dis. And this prefix also means not. Okay? So here's some words that we use all the time, okay? Disconnect. If I disconnect something, it is not connected anymore, right? Disconnect. This prefix changes the word connect to not connect, right? Okay, disinfect. I'm gonna use some spray to disinfect something, okay? To not infect, disinfect, okay? And the last one, disappear. If something appears, that means we can see it. If something disappears, we cannot see it anymore, right? So these prefixes are common ones that we use all the time. We put them in front of base words or root words to modify the word or change the meaning of the word, okay? And this is what we're gonna work on this week. Your assignments will be about prefixes, and you'll see lots more examples to work with, okay? All right, I will see you soon.